What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Simmer, and today I have some more information regarding The Sims. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper games. If you guys click the right side of the screen or the link in the description, you guys will find a bunch of deals on cheaper game titles. They have action RPGs, adventure games, of course simulation, racing. Without further ado, let's get into the content. Okay, so very quickly, apparently the recent Project X leak that I showed you guys in my previous video is allegedly fake. Again, all this is rumors and speculation as of right now. There has been no confirmation of Project X. A bunch of members in the Sims community ran the image through several different AI detectors, and the results showed that the AI image was 100% like AI made. Now, with the previous video when I showed you guys the image, I literally called it out. So like, bro, this shit looks like AI. There was a few of you in the comments that were saying the same thing as well. But for the sake of the video, I was like, okay, let's just go with it. Like, let's just pretend this image is real. But I'm not surprised that like it was detected as AI, because again, it looks very AI. Again, there were a lot of telltale signs in the image. Again, some of the hairstyles were clipping. There was like mismatching eye pupils. And again, some people are saying, hey, like EA must be using like AI now to make their stuff like whatever. So maybe it was just like a sloppy thing on their part. Now, the reason why people are saying allegedly this image is fake is because there's people putting the official Sims render in the AI detector, and the AI detector said that this was like AI generated, which is like false. Right? Like, this is officially made by like Maxis EA. So yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies with this entire thing. But the main takeaway from this is the image is not fake and it's not real. It's just up in the air. We don't truly know. And there's also some comments from another player called Jack of All Games. I've read some of his tweets in the past. He said, okay, time to put an end to everyone trying to have their leak moment because it's getting annoying. He said Project X was only brainstorming with private playtests a few months ago. We are nowhere near the stage of anything being finished to promote / show this kind of level. The only actual leaks that are valid are the job listings and the FireMonkey employee statement, which is where most of this info is coming from, and people are trying to now leak content that isn't finished yet. These aren't real. And if I'm not mistaken, the Sims community received that image from an anonymous user. I can't even say the word right. So that's where the image came from. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, because I know there are some people that are very skeptical of the image. Obviously, the Sims community is a trusted source, so like even if it was fake, like it's not that big a deal. But yeah, there has been a lot of confusion with this. So yeah. All right, guys, so heading on over to Twitter, saying Sadi Simmers, the laundry list is here with top community reported issues we're aiming to fix in our next base game update, including gallery improvements, idle animations for Sims, King for infants, and additional photo fixes. So switching to the EA website, so here they say, here's the list of top community concerns we're investigating for our next update. So these are the top 5 most voted fixes. Now guys, keep in mind, I'm going to be going over everything on this laundry list. This might be a long video. So the first one is a server error while uploading to the gallery / library. They said this was primarily a console issue but could occur with PC. They mentioned that this error is a valid error that should occur under certain circumstances, but they fixed the flow so that it's more forgiving to player systems and far less likely to occur, and the upload button will not be available until all thumbnail issues have been generated. They said when this error does occur, we haven't updated the generic server error message, and players will now receive a dialog that provides more information and says the time during upload. Please check your internet connection or try again in a minute. So they said in their previous update, they fixed an issue where a child, teen, young adult, and elder Sims no longer had clothing visible under their previous mosaic. I think that's how you say the word. They said we are now addressing this issue for the remaining age groups, fully resolving the issue. They also fixed a notable instance of Sims standing around and not caring for their infants. So while holding infants, Sims were playing an idle animation that delayed responsiveness to queued interactions. They said this idle was removed, and we hope to further address additional infant issues in future updates. Next, they fixed an issue where memorial portraits and graduation photos will no longer display a Sims image and appear blank. They said this fix does not address portraits and photos that were already broken, but will work on old saves for future gameplay with these objects. And lastly, they said household small business employee Sims will no longer receive a miss/work school UI pop-up when opening a small business while the Sim is at work/school. Now this talks about the save corruption. That has been something a lot of people have been requesting to be fixed. This has been ongoing for a very long time. So they say as a part of our ongoing efforts to address save corruption, we have 2 save corruption bugs that we're addressing in this patch. So they said we fixed an issue where open street objects were being shelved and never removed when traveling to an apartment building, and they also fixed a case of save corruption where the player could become stuck in an endless load or be returned to managed world after setting a custom venue schedule to include a romantic orientation role. So that's pretty much it for the save corruption. Nothing too crazy, but I guess it's better than nothing. So now this is photos / paintings and losing data. Except for this patch, we knew that the memorial portraits and graduation photos no longer display a Sims image. That was a top community concern. They said we wanted to address as many bugs in this category as we could. Here are all the related issues we fixed. So they said paint by reference paintings will no longer turn white after they've been put in the Sims inventory and the game has been relaunched. This fix is retroactive and should be fixed in previous saves where it occurred. Next, photos captured with phone/camera turn will no longer turn black once they've been mounted on a wall and the game is relaunched. This fix is not retroactive and will not address the instances where photos were already missing data, but the fix will prevent this from happening in future, even old saves. Photos captured with the phone/camera turn will no longer turn black once they've been put in Sims inventories or placed in storage chests and the game is relaunched. This fix is not retroactive and will not address the instances where photos were already missing data, but the fix will prevent from happening in future and old saves. The create copy interaction on a painting no longer result in blank while painting canvases when placed on the wall. This fix is retroactive and should be fixed in previous saves where it occurred. Celebrity autographs will no longer appear blank after they've been hung on a wall and the game is relaunched. This fix is not retroactive, will not address instances where photos were already missing data, but the fix will prevent this from happening in future and old saves. And then this last one, we already covered that in the top 5 fixes. Now they said now available cast items. They said we fixed the instance where cast items are being hidden from players, so you'll now have them available for your enjoyment. So this is the double Dutch braid light brown. I can't do this. Now it properly appears brown rather than being an exact copy of the light blonde variant, and this comes with corruption weights. We have the Q body rash scar logo navy variant is no longer missing. This is also with corruption weights. And then we also have the medium hair. This is all variants, also available for Child Sims. This is Horse Ranch. That pack is so bad, man. Now they said while investigating an issue with the toddler makeup category, we discovered the put makeup face floral asset was hidden and we have unlocked it for use. And this is by Enchanted by Greed. That pack is also garbage. We have general bug fixes. They said we addressed a handful of other important issues that were quickly rising, particular problematic or easy fixes to get in. So this is for base game. They said we addressed a rather significant issue where away auctions at work were causing Sims to never receive knee gains while at school or work due to a change that was made during corruption awaits to how away or show away actions at work functions. They said they fixed an additional bug pertaining to this where the toddler and infant needs will now increase while at daycare properly. Bladder, hunger, energy, and attention should receive large increases. Fun a small but tapering increase, and hygiene no increase. They said we just an issue where the fight interaction was available on all Sims even if they had positive relationships. Now it should only appear if the Sims have negative relationships. To be honest, I feel like people who are friends still fight here and there. Like I don't really think that should be fixed. Like I understand like the game only allows that if you have a negative relationship, but I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Now this is for seasons. They said Sims will no longer sometimes die of overheating while wearing the correct clothing. Blame the ghost. This bug was due to the overheating ghost type and the aura they emanate. In a previous patch, we addressed the issues where sand sculptures were auto-generating on beaches when it rained. We're submitting the remaining portions of this fix to ensure now it's fully fixed in all cases. So this is for growing together. They said we have just an issue where it was difficult to unlock the pull to stand milestone. The problem is that infants need to be near certain specific objects to pull themselves up for the first time, but this is never indicated to the player, and sometimes infants are located near these objects. They can still unlock this milestone as they could previously, but to address the concerns with this not being obvious in many cases, we've added a grayed out interaction and hover tip that directs the player to place the infant in the crib. While in the crib, the infant can pull themselves up to stand, and as an additional option, we've added a new interaction to infant Sims in the crib to pull themselves up once they are ready to unlock the milestone. This interaction is available on the infant Sim when the infant is the active Sim. So they do provide 2 images here, and the first image, the interaction is grayed out, but it lets you know that the Sim is basically ready to pull themselves up. And then once they're in the crib, you have the interaction to attempt to pull to stand, and then they'll get the milestone. This is for businesses and hobbies. They said we fixed an issue where small business employees were leaving early, only 2 to 3 hours after opening. They said we fixed an issue where the small business employees were leaving early, only 2 to 3 hours after opening if a business was 5 stars and selected customer criteria was supervised customers only. They said now all hired employees should stay on the small business lot while it is open. Now this is for corruption awaits. They said the V-neck tee no longer has a visible seam on the shoulder when worn by Sims downloaded from the gallery. Imaginary friends will no longer reset and disappear from the relationship panel after returning from another lot. And they said custom venues will now save roles and schedules with a custom role containing a romantic orientation criteria. This issue was resulting in a case of save corruption as well that was addressed and is noted above in that section. So this is for werewolves. They said we fixed an issue where werewolf offspring of a werewolves had black textures and no pelts upon aging to teen. Our fix should apply a texture to any werewolf Sim who's lacking one upon entering cast and should address old instances of this occurring. And then this is for multiple. They said we fixed all reports of the camera being obstructed by trees in the gallery preview view lots. Maze and Bloaters now once again try to mop puddles instead of vacuum. Now moving on, we have creative sim and build mode tagging updates. They said we had an opportunity to address a large swath of simpler tagging bugs, making cast and build mode sorting more accurate overall. The lump of clay, that's a base game object, and stack books, cats and dogs objects also acquire some new gameplay functionality. Here are the related issues we fixed. So for base game, the lump of clay now sorts as a kids activity and also sorts in the creative skill section. It has also been updated to provide creativity skill gain for children's sims. The info bloom centerpiece is now sorted as an indoor plant. The wedding pillar with floral basket is now sorted as an indoor plant. All these sit dining objects or whatever are now sorted under the outdoor seating and will filter for park venues. The men's shoe rack and women's shoe rack objects now sort under the miscellaneous category. The bonsai tree now sorts as an indoor plant. The penguin's vision children's television set now sorts as a kids activity. The braided ponytail now sorts as afro textured. The short pin curl loose now sorts as wavy. Wave medium now sorts as wavy. The 5-5 perm now sorts as straight for all ages, and the tight curls hairstyle now appears as feminine fashion, and the CU top shirt now properly sorts as a button up instead of a t-shirt. Now for get to work, the braids bun side now sorts as afro textured. Now moving on to cats and dogs, the stack of bush objects now sorts as a bookshelf. So there's an image here just in case you guys are looking for this. So yeah, they do provide an image of the object just in case people have a hard time finding it. And as you can see, it's now treated as a bookshelf. Now the outdoor patio piece now counts as a picnic table. The pompadour now sorts as wavy. The curly long middle part now sorts as wavy, and the low loop wavy now sorts as straight, and the wavy hawk detail now sorts as afro textured. This is for seasons. The Beautiful candlelight is now properly sorted in the off the grid lighting category. And then for the island living, the flower crown no sorts as straight. This is for cottage living. The source drawstring was moved from the crop category into the short subcategory. The jumpsuit was moved from the short dresses to jumpsuit subcategory for sorting. And the curly bun hairstyle now sorts as wavy for all age groups. This is for horse and ranch. They said all 3 horse ranch facial hairs have been sorted into the respective beards and mustache subcategories. And then for eco lifestyle, the curly bun now sorts as wavy, and the bun fade now sorts as straight. Now for snowy escape, the kohlrabi shrubbery, I can't even say it, no longer sorts as an indoor plant. The lanthorn in a paper cylinder and stone toro lantern lights are now properly sorted into the off the grid lighting category. And then the EP short buzz hairstyles now consistently tagged between all age groups. The long braided wavy now sorts as afro textured. The braided wavy highlight now sorts as afro textured, and the braid pony now sorts as straight, and the bun bangs now sorts as straight. This is for growing together. The long braids here now sorts consistently across all age groups, and the wavy min maybe, I don't know, now sorts as straight. This is for Love Struck. They said the makeup from Love Struck will now appear for cold and hot weather outfits as an option. The elongated zebra pothos, I don't even know if I'm saying the right plant, now sorts as an indoor plant. This is for businesses and hobbies. They say the beanie now sorts as a brimless hat. The slick bun now sorts under the updo and medium length hair, and the hattie now sorts as a long length hair. And lastly, the finger curls now sorts as an updo. This is for Spa Day. The foot illumination system and foot illumination corner edition lights have been added to sort in the lighting category in build mode. For Parenthood, the hanging lights long length and hanging lights short length lights have been added to sort in the lighting category in build mode. This is for Jungle Adventure. The short pony two-tone will now appear for male and female sims for both fashion choice options. This is for Realm of Magic. The following lights will now be properly sorted in the off-grid lighting category: the light of the Marcena, sconce for little light, and totally lit bug light. For Dream Home Decorator, the cube bottom shorts were removed from the skirt subcategory and added to the short subcategory, and also added as a hot weather option. For the holiday celebration pack, the string of snowflake lights have been added to sort in the lighting category in build mode. This is for Movie Hangout. The long braid curl dirty blonde is now sorted as wavy for all age groups. This is for the Moschino stuff pack. It said the photo drape fashion studio backdrop curved and fashion studio backdrop straight objects have been added to the creativity subcategory and build modes activity and skills category. This is for paranormal. The angle boots toe open now sort as wedges. This is for little campers. They said the fixture texture error where the light my way to the moon lamp object had functional off the grid typo error, and that object has now been sorted into the off the grid lighting category. This is for Goth Galore. They said all makeup from Goth Galore will now appear for cold and hot weather outfits as an option, and this is for autumn apparel. The bottom pants long now sort as masculine fashion choice, and they also do mention that our team continues to investigate other community concerns for future fixes. Please note that some topics can be complicated to replicate and require an extended investigation information on our end. Even though we are actively reviewing, it's not a guarantee that we'll have an immediate fix for it in the upcoming patch. And lastly, this includes the following top voted issues. So the console caching after update 2.13 has become our current community top issue, and we've begun actively investigating it. Now, they also mentioned they've been looking into the cache's turn-on/turn-offs, lacking numbers, and the like/dislike button, and feel hopeful about this being fixed in a future update. The eyelid's not closing completely has been an issue we've been actively investigating and has proven rather complex, but they are continuing their efforts. They mentioned that they've been actively investigating partner sims turning into siblings, and believe though they have not verified, it may be related to gameplay around adoption, having a science baby, and a cache generated offspring. They still haven't found repro steps and have expanded their investigation to include mods. At this time, we haven't determined a fix, and any states that exist shortly prior to this occurring could really assist our efforts and can be shared in the link in the forum thread. And lastly, they said we are actively investigating a variety of different fixes for issues in the thread concerning sims obsessively using certain objects. So yeah, guys, this is basically everything in this laundry list. I know there's other things as well. Like, again, I've heard a lot of people say like the gallery is a big issue. You know, the save corruption is the biggest thing that's been going on for a long time. Again, I'm going to say it because no one else says it. No one talks about it anymore because it's not a trending topic, but I know console controls, I think till this day, are still broken. I generally think they just gave up on that. They just don't care, which is really unfortunate because I feel like console players do get it the worst with this game. But yeah, comment down below if you guys have been experiencing any issues with your game. Once again, guys, thank you so much for the support. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a good day and take care.